Welcome to the January 2nd Zoning Commission meeting in St. Tammany Parish, and Happy New Year to everybody. Madam Secretary, please call roll.
Martha Casabon. Here. Pug Lauren. Here. Wendell Richardson. Todd Richard. Here. Bernie Willie. Here. Barry Baggert. Here. Jimmy Davis.
Here.
Patrick Fitzmaurice. Dave Dougherty. Here. Kirk Drum.
We're now been called imposter.
And Ron Randolph.
Here.
Thank you. Announcements, please silence all phones and electronic devices. If you want to appeal any of the suggestions by the commission tonight, we have appeal cards. Also have speaker cards in case you want to speak to us tonight. Public speaking will be granted 10 minutes for each side and 5 minutes for rebuttal. Then please exit the building. Invocation is going to be done by Commissioner Randolph, and the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Casabon. Please stand.
Gracious Father, once again we stand to say thank you for all the blessings you bestow in our lives. Lord, we thank you for your grace and mercy by allowing us to experience the transition from last year, 2018, to this time. Lord, we thank you for this new year. We ask you that you continue to be with us and guide us as we, Lord, pursue the beginning of a healthy, safe, peaceful, and prosperous new year. Bless this commission, bless our parish government, bless our communities, our homes, our families. We ask that you bless our world, and all these blessings we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes for the December 4th, 2018. I'll bring it up to the commission so they can speak. Commissioner Casabon.
Yes, should we do the election of?
We're going to do that right after the approval of the minutes. Yes. Do you make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I have a motion to approve the minutes from December 4th by Commissioner Casabon. Commissioner Lauren.
I'll second.
I have a second by Commissioner Lauren. Please vote.
Unanimous. Motion passed.
Okay. Did you vote? Okay. We have a verbal vote from Commissioner Baggert. Next, we're going to have, again, since the beginning of a new year, we have election of officers. We have to vote for a chairperson and a vice chairperson. Do I have any recommendations or nominations for the chair? Commissioner Randolph.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Mr. Jimmy Davis as our chairperson and Mr. Doherty as our vice.
I have a motion by Commissioner Randolph for request for chair for Commissioner Davis and vice chair for Commissioner Doherty. Commissioner Willie.
Second.
A second by Commissioner Willie. Any other comments? If not, please vote.
Unanimous. Motion passed.
Thank you. And thank you all for the confidence. With that being said, since I've now been made chair for the 2019, I designate Todd Richard as our parliamentarian. Thank you. Okay, staff, next section is postponing of cases. Any cases to be postponed?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The first one on the agenda, 2018-1134 ZC. Number 2 on the agenda, 2018-1232 ZC. And number 7 on the agenda, 2018-1303ZC.
Okay. Number one, case 1, case 2, and case 7.
I will explain as
Yeah,
soon as
we'll
Mr.
get those.
Davis.
And we'll discuss each case, sir. Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk those 3 cases first. Case 1, 2018-1134 ZC is the text change. It's the ordinance amending the St. Tammany Parish Unified Development Code, Section 13055, notice requirements to include additional abutter notice provisions. I assume the postponement is coming from the council?
That's correct. We're still working with the council on the text change, and hopefully we'll have some changes for you to present at the next meeting.
Okay. Is there anybody in the audience want to speak in favor of this postponement or against this postponement? If not, I'll bring it back to the commission. Commissioner Baggett. Commissioner Baggett makes a motion to postpone. Commissioner Randolph. Second by Commissioner Randolph. Any more conversation? If not, please vote. For 1 month, sorry, for 1 month.
Unanimous, approved.
Thank you. Let's go to case number 2, 2018-1232 ZC. Existing zoning is A1. The proposed rezoning is I2 Industrial District, 5.049 acres. The petitioner and the owner is Michael and Kim Fisher. The location is parcel location on the east side of US Highway 90, north of LA Highway 433, south of Apple Pie Ridge Road, Section 33, Township 9 South, Range 15 East, Ward 8, District 13, Council District 13. Staff?
As you know, this case was in front of you in December. After the December meeting, Mr. Fisher and I had a discussion, and he requested to add to his request a rural overlay. So the request will come back to you in February with A1, I2, and rural overlay. So we'd like to request to postpone until February to give you a chance to discuss both at the same time. Mr. Fisher is here to address at the same time.
Okay. Mr. Fisher?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year to you, sir. Your name and address, please.
Mike Fisher, 33 Treasure House, Slidell, Louisiana. I have a couple of pictures I want to pass around.
Mr. Fisher,
Oh,
you know, if it's okay with you, we're gonna hear your case at the next meeting, because you know you made your request to go to rural overlay,
okay, and then the zoning to commercial,
to rural overlay.
and to highway commercial, right?
Yeah, well, right now it's I2 that you
Yeah,
requested.
but I know, and I want to withdraw that to, like we have discussed, to highway commercial.
Okay, well, right
And then-
now, that's how it's advertised. So next time you come back in February, you're gonna have to make your changes.
It has to be re-advertised.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
It has to be re-advertised for.
It has to be
No.
re-advertised if you decide that you want to change it before it comes back to us. So you can do that with Helen.
Okay, I thought we did,
Well,
I thought
you
we could
made-
get that done tonight.
You made the request to rezone to rural overlay. So if you wanna change
As
your,
well as highway commercial.
okay, and this is gonna have to be addressed at the next meeting,
Okay,
okay?
both issues.
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay.
Does he have a request for highway commercial?
No, he doesn't have a request for highway commercial.
I thought, I know we withdrew the I industrial, and I wanted to change it, to highway commercial.
But you
And then
will,
I met Miss Helen the next day, and I thought we had also highway commercial with a rural overlay.
Right.
So as
No, it's two different things.
Yes, I thought we was gonna address the highway commercial tonight and do the rural overlay after it's.
No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't, if you're gonna have the rural overlay was what you want, you have to re-advertise it.
I want highway commercial.
Right, and you're gonna ask for the rural overlay next week, it's better to go ahead and do them both at the same time.
Okay, that's what, I don't wanna leave
Honestly.
out the highway commercial. I don't wanna have that to be, lost in the shuffle. That's
Oh, it
primary.
won't get lost. No, Helen
then
will
I
do,
want- and
it
then
won't
I
get
want-
lost. Helen will
You
definitely
know,
make
if I
sure
have
it
to
doesn't get
withdraw
lost.
the rural overlay tonight for another night, but,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, and I thought we was gonna do the highway commercial tonight.
No, we probably could have if you didn't ask for also a rural overlay, but since you're doing that, it has to be re-advertised.
Okay, she's gonna advertise for the rural overlay only, right, Ms. Helen?
Yes, because that's what you requested.
Right, now you don't have to re-advertise for highway commercial.
Well, I will,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I have to
Yes,
re-advertise for
she
that.
will.
So you did not put that on your
Okay,
application.
so I paid, I know for some kind of way it was neglected, but,
Sir, why don't you just get with Helen
yeah. I
later
understand.
tomorrow or something with that and
Yeah,
fix it all
I
out? But-
understand. I understand.
Okay, but I think right now
But I
you
don't know
just,
what I showed up for tonight for. They told me to come tonight, and I don't know
right.
what it's for.
Well, this is, you come tonight to ask for the request for the postponement, and sometimes it's nice for the commission to hear why you want to postpone it. And we understand now, you want to try
Okay,
to change
all
the
right.
zoning
I just don't
and have a rural
want to lose
overlay.
any opportunity.
All right, thank you,
ladies
sir.
and gentlemen.
Thank you. Do I have anybody in the audience in favor or against the postponement? If not, I'll bring it back to the commission. Commissioner Randolph.
Yes, I move to postpone for 1 month.
Commissioner Randolph moves to postpone for 1 month. Commissioner Casabon.
I'll second it.
Have a second by Commissioner Casabon. Any more comments? If not, please vote. And yes, sir, you can get with Helen tomorrow, whatever, call her, and she'll get it all straight for you for next month.
I just didn't want to have anything neglected and I lose out.
And now that we all here and we heard you, I guarantee we'll know it. Thank you.
Unanimous, motion carried.
Thank you. All right, case number 7, 2018-1303 ZC. Existing zoning's Highway Commercial 3. The proposed zoning is MD3, Medical Facility District. 1.5 acres. The petitioner is Mark D. Hedgeston. The owner is Greenland LLC. Location, parcel located on the south side of Pinnacle Parkway, east of LA Highway 21, north of I-12, Section 47, Township 7 South, Range 11 East, Ward 1, District 1, Council District 1. Staff, comments?
Yes, we received a request from Mr. Marone, and he is here to address the commission.
All right, Paul?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Paul Marone on behalf of the petitioner and the owner. Since the filing of our application, there's been some new developments with the property that may render the rezoning unnecessary. So as a result, we would request that the matter be tabled for 30 days while we work through some of these issues. If it becomes unnecessary, we'll withdraw the petition. If not, then I will be back before you and ready to go in February.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody in the audience for or against this postponement? If not, I'll bring it back to the commission. Commissioner Baggert.
I move to postpone for 30 days.
Commissioner Baggert makes a motion to postpone for 30 days. Commissioner Casabon.
I'll second it.
I have a second by Commissioner Casabon. Any more comments? If not, please vote.
Unanimous, motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go to the next case, case 3, 2018-1262 ZC. The existing zoning is A1A, Suburban District, Manufactured Housing Overlay and Rural Overlay. The proposed zoning is A2, Suburban District, with the same Manufactured Housing Overlay and the Rural Overlay. It comprises 1.65 acres. Petitioner owner is the successions of Jeanette Tony and Ronnie Tony and Richie Girding. Location is on the west side of LaRue Lane, north of LA Highway 1081, Section 26, Township 5 South, Range 11 East, Ward 2, District 6, Council District 6. Staff, comments?
The 2025 future land use plan calls for the area to be developed with residential and agricultural uses. Staff does not see any compelling reason to recommend approval, considering that the site is surrounded by parcels of land zoned A1A Suburban on the north, south, and west side, and zone A1 on the east side. Note that the zoning change is being requested in order to allow for the creation of a 5.21 acre parcel and a 1.65 acre parcel of land as shown on the attached survey. At this time, staff would like to recommend denial of the requested zoning change.
Thank you. Sir, your name and address?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Gary Williams. I'm a local attorney. I am the attorney for the succession of Jeanette Tony and Ronnie Tony. I'm here representing Mr. Richie Girding, who is right here on the front row, who is the independent testamentary executor of the joint successions. I believe you have the survey in front of you. Is that correct? The survey and the picture?
That's correct.
in front of it's a problem, it's an ugly little piece. We have a motherless child. In this, if you're making out where the piece is, it says trailer, there's a trailer on it right now. We have just gotten an eviction of the person of this trailer. So the trailer will not be on there at this point in time. But the trailer may be the best use of this in the future in another circumstance situation. The parcels have been sold off in here. This piece here, the 1.65 acres that we're talking about, is connected to 1.21 acres over on the other side of this chimney thing that goes up. It's only connected by 8 feet. That's not even a roadway connecting between those two. If we don't split them up, this piece is unmarketable, unusable for virtually anything other than taking an 18-wheeler down the 8-foot piece. Am I supposed to push this button? Excuse me, guys. Am I supposed to push this button for the 5 minutes I've got?
No, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
You're fine. Take your time.
So we've got this becomes virtually an unusable piece. The realtor tells us that the property is worth approximately maybe $43,000 if we break it off. So there's a $43,000 difference to the succession if the piece is broken off, this little 1.65 acres. The 1.21 acres, the succession still owns parcel A, which is the 5.21 acres that'll be on the left-hand side as you're looking at the survey. And if we add the 1.21 acres to that, we create an almost 5-acre parcel, which is more marketable by combining those two together. So it does virtually, it takes this little piece, and this piece connects by this 28-foot roadway off to the right. You can see where the roadway is on there. That's 28 feet. You can see where it's 20 feet from, well, actually, that may be more like 40 feet. I'm not sure, gentlemen. I think it's only the 28 feet, but I think there are 28 feet that is a roadway from that to LaRue Lane. I understand it's not a compelling reason, and I understand we fully understand what the recommendation is, that there is no compelling reason to do this other than it's a $43,000 approximately benefit to the others to have this little piece be available as a separate little piece. So what we're saying is unless there is a compelling reason not to, we're asking the commission to break this little motherless piece off, and it's got full access to the outside. It gets the 8 feet over to the other. That adds the other parcel with the parcel A, which creates a larger parcel. It increases the value and the marketability of the two pieces of property, and that's all that we're involved with. We don't believe that it affects any of the property. Is that me that's going over the time up there?
No, you're okay. You got 6.5 minutes left.
6.5, okay. I'm not going to use 6.5 more minutes. I haven't got 6.5 more minutes to say. Yeah, you're right. I hear you. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, you too.
So it's merely trying to get the business together, to do the business appropriately for the parcels and the successions. We don't believe there's any prejudice to the other parts. It's the way it's been being used. This parcel has had this trailer on it for 20 years? Something like 20 years has had the trailer on it. So it's not like it would change the use. It won't change the way the property has been used, change the character of the surrounding neighborhood. So while, other than the value to the succession, we don't believe unless the council believes there's a compelling reason for the council not to do it, we would then ask the council to make this recommendation. Are there any questions, guys?
Is there anybody in the audience against this zoning request change?
I'm speaking on behalf of the
Your
the
name and
people, the
address,
neighbors.
please.
I'm sorry, my name's Tarina Rose. I live on LaRue Lane on 20531. And I'm speaking on behalf of the rest of the neighbors. There's 5 of us that live there: Michael, Linda, Bobby, Herbert, and myself. LaRue Lane is a gravel road, and it's one lane, and this map that they drew you is so deceiving because it's that lane that we gave up to make the road to allow all of us to drive back there is not asphalt. It's a gravel road that we maintain, and Jennifer, where that trailer is, we gave her access to drive, to build her driveway. She doesn't even have a road name because she comes right off that LaRue Lane. So, and then this next little piece, which I don't know where that piece connects to Miss Linda's piece of property, but the rest of that property is all swampy, and we constantly are dealing with the way our road is built, the runoff from because we're on this, I don't know if you were familiar with Pat O'Brien and that hill on 1081, but we're constantly dealing with the rain and the runoff because we flood. So that's our concern. We will all have greater than 2 acres, every single one of us. We don't want someone to come in and zone it for 1 acre. And they're talking about 1.65 acres. What does that benefit them to have a 1 acre zoning when all the rest of us were forced to have 2 and more acres? And we're all against it. And we're the ones who are living back there, and we're the ones who are maintaining the property, and we're the ones who are maintaining the road and taking care of the property. For them to have to come in and maintain and to change the property for their access to sell it off isn't concern to us. We're the ones living there and keeping up the property, so we're definitely against it. And we don't understand the structure of them having to change it to be able to sell off their piece of property. Sell it like it is. Use it like it's been used. That doesn't keep her from putting another trailer there or putting a house where it already is. That's not stopping them from doing that. We're not gonna say, oh, you can't do that. They've already been there. We're just against changing the zoning from 1 acre parcels from what we already have.
All right, thank you.
Anybody else want to speak?
Does
Thank you.
Anyone else want to speak? Sure, come on up and introduce yourself to the commission and give us your address, please.
We were just told, well, first of all, my name is Michael Nissing.
Michael?
I live on LaRue Road. It's a small little gravel road with a couple of houses. I was told before that we were supposed to get something in the mail. Is that correct? Before the hearing?
No, I'm sorry, so I thought that you were the owner.
I am an owner.
You own this property?
No, I live on LaRue Road. It's a
please.
subdivision. It's
Yeah,
it's the homeowner association of LaRue Road. is
Yeah,
the
we
way I-
send a copy of the staff report and the
Okay, then
agenda to
my
the
mistake. I
owner.
thought we were supposed to get something in the mail, and we didn't have time to review it.
Okay.
But a lot of the information that we're hearing now is the first time for us, and we are against it.
Okay,
Thank you for your time.
thank you so much. You have some rebuttal time?
Again, I'll make it very briefly. We're not, of course, asking for a rezoning of the entire district. We're asking for a variation on just this one piece. The use won't change. There's not room for it. You're talking about 1.65 as opposed to 2 acres. It's not, this is not a large, I don't believe, reduction in space. I don't believe, I didn't understand. The lawyer sits there and says, the lawyer wants to start the cross-examination, okay? It's a disease. There's nothing you can do about that. But what I picked up from what the young lady said, and I've got no argument really with what she said. The argument what I picked up from what the young lady said was that they were worried about the runoff. A water runoff, I didn't understand that. This wouldn't change the water runoff. This wouldn't change anything about the other regulations and so forth. The only thing we're talking about is one piece that would be 0.35 acres, 1/3 of an acre smaller than what their acreages are. So it doesn't change the zoning for the whole thing. The variance just deals with this one piece. It's commercially important to just the owner. I don't think we change their lives or their properties or anything that's gonna happen in any regard, with that. We are fully understanding. All of us are basically property owners around here. So we're fully understanding of people having concerns in that regard. But we understand, we want the council to keep everything else the way it should be. And the way it is. We're just asking in this instance for that variation for 0.35 acres for this one piece.
0.65, excuse me.
No, it's 1.65 acres.
Yeah.
So the variance, it's only 0.35 acres smaller than the 2 acres that's there. I don't think this does all the horrible things. I don't understand all the horrible things that we're talking about that it does. Although we really hate, we don't want to harm our neighbors. We don't want to harm the neighbors around there. We don't want to ruin their property. We don't want to ruin their lives. I don't see, ladies and gentlemen, that really is happening in this case. So that's, unless the council finds it's compelling, unless the council feels like they will be harmed in their lifestyle and et cetera, then we continue our request. Thank you very much for your very, very kind consideration.
Thank you. There's rebuttal time if the persons against this rezoning would like to talk. If not, okay.
Okay, I'm new at this,
Please wait till
maybe I don't understand the rezoning. So are they saying the rezoning doesn't affect us, that it's only gonna, it doesn't reflect?
They're requesting to rezone A1 to A1A, which is the current zoning of their property, which is 3 acres and
Right.
3 acres or more, with a manufactured housing overlay and a rural overlay to A2,
Right,
which is a slightly,
less. 1 acre.
slightly smaller part.
So
It's
that
1
means that
acre.
you could
It's
sell
1
1 acre, and then
Right.
you could sell another acre to another person.
No, not with that. They're only requesting a 1.65 acreage for A2, not the 5 acres in the rear, which would remain actually A1 is what it really should be.
I'm sorry, and it doesn't affect her acreage.
No, no,
I think they were.
it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You understand? So basically, it's like they're trying to subdivide the piece of property.
They're just trying to add to that piece of property.
They're trying to take that 1.65 and get rid of it from the 5 that's in the back, is what I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they're not trying to change the way.
Not the 5 in the back, no.
Okay. Not trying to change that, just adding to that one piece.
Right, so someone can come in and purchase that 1.65 pieces if the area is approved to be rezoned to A2.
Okay, just for that one piece. So
That's
that
correct.
wouldn't change for anyone else to come in and change?
That is correct.
Okay. So that, I think that's what we weren't understanding.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Any more comments from the public? Yes, sir. Oops. Sir?
Yeah, we confused it.
That's okay.
For example, I have 4 acres right now,
This has nothing to do with your property.
okay? But but if I were to sell, it would allow somebody else to come in before you guys, and then you would rezone it, right?
Anybody could purchase your property and then
Yeah.
request a rezoning.
We're trying to keep the character of
I
our-
understand.
Yeah.
We understand your plight.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any more comments? If not, I'll bring it back to the commission. Commissioner Willie?
Yes, I first have a question of the attorney. I'm assuming you're an attorney, yeah. That 5.21 acres, is that service from LaRue Lane or from Stafford Highway?
No, that is not service from Lou Lane, that's service from the highway, and you can see that's got a frontage on the Highway 1081.
Well, the map I got showing, it looks like it's,
It's got a connector, but it's only 8, the two pieces connect. There's 8 feet back there in the back.
okay, but
it's
so that
unusable.
5.2 acre has direct access to 1081?
Direct access to 1081.
Okay, and we're only requesting the rezoning of the 1.65 acres, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that, because if it was zoned to A2, that would make it a 1 acre minimum, and you wouldn't be able to subdivide that piece of property, you know, if it was rezoned, so you couldn't do anything else with it anyway. So, it wouldn't change the use like Mr. Richard just said. I'm gonna move for approval.
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Willie. Commissioner Drum.
Yes,
Sir.
excuse me. Old age.
Yeah, no, it's going around. sir.
This small little sliver that connects the 5.21 and the one at 1.65,
Yes, sir.
that's the only access between the two pieces?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how are they going to sell that?
We're asking for that little 8 feet to be attached to this 1.65 acres. And if you're asking me what potential use there is for that 8 feet, I can't think of a darn thing you can do with it. You can't build a road.
And the people that you're standing for, they don't own this other large piece that divides?
Parcel B, no, sir.
They don't?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Casabon.
Yes, I'm familiar with the area. I concur with Mr. Willie that it's not changing really the character, and it's still the same situation and stuff, and I'll make a motion to second.
I have a second by Commissioner
I'll
Casabon
second
with
it.
a
Motion
first
to
by
second.
Commissioner Willie. Any more comments? If not, please vote.
Unanimous, motion carried.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you. You can please go outside to discuss any more further information if you have to. Thank you. All right, case number 4, 2018-1299 ZC, existing zoning is A2 Suburban District. Proposed zoning is A2 Suburban District with a manufactured housing overlay. It's 2 acres. Petitioner is Cynthia Tashida, and the owner is James D. and Valerie J. Willie. The parcel located at the end of Jim Willie Road, west of LA Highway 1077, Section 6, Township 6 South, Range 10 East, Ward 1, District 3, in Council District 3. Staff?
A 2025 future land use plan calls for the area to be developed with residential uses, including manufactured homes. Staff does not have any objection to the request and would like to recommend approval of the requested zoning change.
Do we have the applicant here? Take your time. Take your time.
Yes, sir.
Your name and address, please.
It's Cynthia Cheetah. And currently I'm living in Covington on Gottschalk Road with my family.
Okay, and you're just requesting to have a manufactured housing overlay?
So I can put my residence there.
Okay. Anyone in the audience would like to speak in favor of this or speak against this? If not, I'll bring it up to the commission. Commissioner Willie.
Yes, I'm real familiar with this one. I'll move for approval.
Have a motion to approve by Commissioner Willie. Commissioner Randolph.
Second.
Have a second by Commissioner Randolph. Any more discussion? If not, please vote.
Unanimous, motion carried.
Thank you. Have a good new year. Okay, case 5, 2018-1300 ZC. Existing zoning is A6, multiple family district. The proposed zoning is A4A, single family district. Acreage is 7,209 square foot. Petitioner and owner is Douglas Grazer. The parcel located on the north side of Lakeview Drive, being Lot 272, Edenau Subdivision, Unit 2, Section 33, Township 9 South, Range 14 East, Ward 9, District 13, and Council District 13. Staff?
Staff does not have any objection to the request and would like to recommend approval.
Okay, is there any representative here? We'd like to. Come on up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
My name's Doug Grazer. I'm the owner of the property, and I hope you guys would consider a zoning change down.
A down zoning, yeah.
Yeah, so
All right.
I'm hoping it's painless for everyone.
Okay, well, thank you. Is anybody in the audience would like to speak in favor or against this rezoning? If not, I'll bring it back to the commission. Commissioner Darty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I drove out there today, it's been several months since I've been out on Lakeview Drive. I don't have a need to go out there very often, and I know that we've rezoned from multifamily to single family, several pieces of property out there, and I wanted to just get an idea of what's going on, and it's being improved day by day, it looks like. And I'd like to thank you for coming in and going through the process of coming from a multifamily to a single family, and I'll move to approve.
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Doherty. Commissioner Baggert. I have a second by Commissioner Baggert. Commissioner Lauren.
I'd like to repeat what Mr. Doherty said. All too often, we get requests up here where it's taking property and making it smaller and smaller, and
Heavy density.
this, what you all have been doing on Lakeview Drive is commendable, and I'd like to thank you for it.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Drum.
Oh, yes, there we go, throw again. Yes, sir, it's just that I wish you people would call it by what I know it as, Rat Nest Road.
I agree. I don't know why they changed it.
Yeah.
I don't understand Lakeview, but Rat Nest Road, I know that one.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Doherty with a second by Commissioner Baggert. If any more discussion? If not, please vote.
Unanimous, motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Case 6, 2018-1302ZC, existing zoning is A1 with a rural overlay. Proposed zoning is A2 with a rural overlay and a manufactured housing overlay. The acreage is 3.5 acres. The petitioner and owner is James and Valerie Willie. The location is the parcel located on the east side of LA Highway 25, north of Lovatis Road, Section 28, Township 4 South, Range 10 East, Ward 2, District 3, and Council District 3. Staff, your comments, please?
The objective of the request is to allow for the creation of a 1 acre parcel of land, a 2 acre parcel of land, and for the placement of a manufactured home on the site. Staff does not see any compelling reason to recommend approval of the requested zoning change to A2, considering that it is surrounded by parcels of land zone A1. However, staff does not have any objection to the request zoning change to MHO. So this time, the recommendation is for denial to the A2, but we're in favor of the manufactured housing overlay.
Thank you. Is Mr. Willie here to represent them? Yes, sir. Your full name and address, please.
James D. Willing, 85408 Highway 25, Franklinton, 70438.
And you're just requesting to have this rezoned. Now, A2 with 3.5 acres, you could make it into 3 parcels.
Well, I just basically would like to put my son in the backside of my property. He has a mobile home already right next to it's family land. And eventually it's gonna have to be divided up. And he won't be on the section that we would be on.
Okay, so you're
So
basically
just
trying to give it
move
to
him
your,
over.
give it to your children?
Yes, yes.
Okay, is there anybody in the audience against this rezoning? If not, I'll bring it back to Commissioner. Commissioner Willie.
There's too many Willies on the agenda tonight. Anyway, yes, this is a family piece of property north of Folsom, and it's exactly what Mr. Willie stated. I'll move for approval.
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Willie. Commissioner Randolph.
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner Randolph. Any more discussion? If not, please vote.
Unanimous, motion carried.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, case number 8, 2018-1306 ZC. Existing zoning is A4A, single family. The proposed zoning is A4A with a manufactured housing overlay. It's 6,256 square foot. The petitioner and owner is Reina and Antonio Delarca, and the parcel is located on the east side of Vernon Avenue, north of Coast Boulevard, being lots 9 and 10 Central Park, Section 23, Township 9 South, Range 14 East, Ward 8, District 12, Council District 12. Staff?
Staff does not have any objections to the request and would like to recommend approval.
Is the representative here? Oh, no, nobody here? Okay. If not, I'll bring it back to the commission. Commissioner Doherty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since the owner petitioner is not here, I'd put a motion on the floor to postpone till our next meeting.
I have a motion to postpone by Commissioner Doherty. Commissioner Casabon.
I was gonna approve it because it's so small. I'll second the postponement.
I have a second by Commissioner Casabon. Any more other comments? If not, please vote. For 1 month, correct? Okay, thank you, sir. Postponement for 1 month.
Unanimous, motion carried.
Okay. Any old business? Any new business? If not, I'll make a motion to adjourn.